Hey everyone, it's the Shawn. Welcome to an edition of Great Sales Leaders. Great Sales Leaders is a new show that I'm going to be doing with my partner Shannon Gregg. Those of you that may know us, we're the authors of the book It's About Time, which talks about how do you do more of the things that matter with the time you have. That book came out, we're recording this in 2018. That book came out about a year ago in 2017, and it's led to a lot of different things happening in the business. And what we work with time management and time management, which is now our website, is a lot of sales teams. A lot of sales teams need to get better with time. So what we want to bring is a show about great sales leaders. And this is the start of that. We've recorded a couple of episodes already, which you'll be seeing as the podcast rolls out and as the show gets going. We already have a couple episodes, but the theme is going to be great sales leaders bringing you tips so that you can get better at sales. So for those of you who don't know me as well, I'm the Shawn. I'm an attorney. I'm a speaker. I've worked with organizations on a variety of issues, from their legal issues on ownership and control to sales consulting to business planning. My partner, Shannon Gregg, long history of sales, productivity systems, works with teams to get what they're going happening, so that's from the CRM system controlling the data to how does the process flow to make the entire thing work start to finish. So today's goal is to get you an idea of what the Great Sales Leader show is going to be about, talk about some of the content we're going to be bringing you, what you can expect, and get you ready to tune in the future. We encourage your comments, so just drop them below wherever you're watching. You might be watching at Shawn McBride on LinkedIn. You might be watching at Shannon Gregg on LinkedIn. You might be picking it up on Twitter. You might be watching it on Great Sales Leaders YouTube. Wherever you're watching, feel free to drop your comments. We will be reading those comments. As I do with my future show with Dolly Cranstore, we look at those comments and we'll invite folks to join us on the show if they have really insightful or thoughtful comments. So we encourage you to put great comments out there. And with that, Shannon, welcome.
Oh, I'm so excited about this project, Shawn, because there are so many great sales leaders that we have come across. And people have so many years of experience that they can translate into things that others can learn. So we've seen some amazing sales systems, sales approaches, sales philosophies, and we cannot wait to share them with you. We've got some amazing guests lined up already. We've got some people that we just cannot wait to talk to. People who were sales practitioners who are now speaking on sales, people who were SDRs who are now sales leaders, people who are just young and green but are already taking off, and I can't wait for us all to learn from all of them. So in addition to Shawn's request that you give us comments on things that you're thinking and things that you're seeing, please let us know if you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you know somebody who should be a guest on the show, who's around sales, the sales to marketing divide, sales leadership, sales VPs. How do you make your way in the sales world? Because it is only going to get more complex. And I think, Shawn, that's one of the things we found in our work with a lot of sales teams based on our productivity and time management approach is that with AI, with the ability for buyers to do all their research before you start to sell to them, sales is getting increasingly more complex. So the quicker we can learn from each other, the better our entire profession will be.
Yeah, well, it's a changing world. It's moving fast. If you're going to stay ahead of this game, you've got to make the changes, right? You can't sit there complacent. You can't sit there and wait for things to happen. You have to be ahead of it. And what we've seen in sales and in other fields of endeavor as well is a lot of companies, they use people up, so to speak. So you're on a sales team, you're making sales, you're doing okay, but you're not building new skills, you're not innovating. And then as your sales start to dry up because new technology comes out, rather than saying, hey, this person's been around for a while, we've got time invested in them, they know the company, they say, no, we'll just toss these people out. We'll bring in a fresh set of people that are current with the technology, and we'll start there. So unfortunately, this is a tough trend for salespeople. If you're not, either doing the things outside of work to keep yourself relevant or taking the maximum advantage of those internal training opportunities, because we do still get companies, working with us that are training, but, we hear from our clients and we know it's true. We want to help everybody, but some people jump into the training and jump into the lessons. And some people don't. They sit back and they're like, oh, I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. vastly different results. What great sales leaders brings to you, what the show brings to you, is practical stuff that you can start applying immediately. So it's an easy to digest format. We're finding people, and we'll be finding more people who are leaders, who are doing great things within corporations, within companies, within their own private companies, that have figured out tips and tricks for sales. We're going to bring them to you so that you can review them and figure out the ones that work for you.
It's so true. It's really true. We just know that when you can learn as a tribe, you can learn more quickly. And one of the things that we're finding with salespeople is exactly that. Companies may not be investing so much in training, or perhaps you're having really great sales kickoff meetings, but it's all focused around your product. And that's not sustainable. You can't only learn more about your product and not learn better tips on how to prospect, how to negotiate, how to close to win, how to use sales productivity tools to your best advantage. And frankly, the best salespeople are the ones who know how to work their internal group, how to use their tools, how to use automation, and to use all of those things in concert so you can do more of the thing that you love to do best, which is service your customer and delight your customer. And so we cannot wait to bring you some of these things we're learning. I think, Shawn, when we talked about putting great sales leaders together, we said, man, we've got a bevy of people that we've worked with who have some tips that everyone should know, that either they've learned in trial by fire or they've learned from their own study that would do really good things for people who are new, people who want to keep up on their skills, and those A players that want to stay there, or the B and C players that want to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the reality. Is there's a need out there. We've been looking around. We've looked at the people we've worked with. We've talked to a number of people. The key is to bring stuff in a very consumable way, which is why we've set up the short show format, the interview, the live discussion. Rather than just having a bunch of talking heads, we're going to be bringing it to you in two formats, which is going to be video. Well, actually, three formats, really. We'll have video. You can watch the video on YouTube. We'll be bringing you audio, so you can download the podcast, take that with you on the go. And then we'll also be taking transcripts of the live interviews, and we'll be posting them as part of our blog, along with a couple other comments and notes. So this will give you an opportunity to pick your way of interfacing, right? What makes sense for you? How do you want to access this knowledge? The point is, whichever way you pick, you're going to have on-the-go knowledge so that you can use it and learn from it. Also, we'll be doing live tapings of the shows. Many of the shows will be taped live. And so you'll have a chance to watch our feeds on LinkedIn or join our email list. You'll know in advance of the live tapings so that you too can jump in and you can ask questions directly to these sales leaders. So it's all designed to be interactive, diversified learning to allow people to see different angles and pick up tips and tricks to keep their sales efforts moving quickly.
Yeah, that's so true, Shawn. And I think that's one of the things that we really focused on is you, our audience. We want to make sure you can get it in a way that works for people who are super busy and don't keep standard 9 to 5 hours. So we know when you're in sales, your job never stops. You wake up in the morning, the first thing you do is check your email. Then you look at your CRM system. You're thinking about your customers. You're responding to your customers. You're trying to find new ones. You might be going to meetings where you're doing sales meetings or bid defense meetings, or you're giving your corporate presentation. And when you're doing all those things, you don't have the time to sit down for an hour, 3 hours, 8 hours and learn. It's so tough for you to take time out of the field and go sit down in a classroom because that's not really your style. If it was your style, you wouldn't be in sales. So we're focused on bringing this content to you in snackable ways. And we have some really cool people who got some really cool things to say to you. So we're super pumped, if you can't tell, about great sales leaders. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. And it's only going to get better if you tell us the things that you like and the things that you'd like to see. So if we're doing a lot of focus on how to source customers, how to prospect, how to convert, and you're feeling like, hey, right now my challenge is I don't know how to use the tools that are available to me in social selling or in productivity or in CRM. Or maybe one of your challenges is after you present a price to a customer, you hear radio silence. Let us know, because we have this list of people who cannot wait to come on here and help you. Because one of the things that we truly believe is that sales is a noble profession, and sometimes we get a bad rap. Right? People say, what do you think of when you think of a salesperson? The shark suit, the used car guy, the guy that's just going to tell you whatever you want to hear to get your name on a contract?
Yep.
That is not true of the people we've met, right, Shawn? We have met some amazing, phenomenal, crazy intelligent people, and we want to put that out there.
Yeah. Well, most of the salespeople we know, and we imagine you, the viewer or listener, are in the same category, which is, you want to help people. That's part of your mission, right? You're social. That's a lot of salespeople are very social creatures. They want to interact with other people. They want to talk. They didn't fit into, the highly technical space. They didn't want to spend all day looking at books or coding programs. These are people that want to interact with other humans and enjoy that conversation and help and make people smile and make people laugh. So many of the salespeople we know love to make people feel happy, make them laugh, make them joke, make them enjoy a moment, have a dinner together. These are great parts of the sales process that are very unique to this profession, and it's all about helping other people. We want to bring the same spirit to the show. We're going to bring on people who have a lot of that spirit, that are those types of people. We want them to bring the lessons to you so that you can drive those things home and do things in a way that's enjoyable to you. Make the most of this profession, deal with this coming change. And then also, we are interactive. We want to listen to you. We've got a format developed. We've got a lineup of our initial guests lined up. We're going to evolve over time. But yes, we're listening to audience feedback. So, write us, comment, say, hey, I need to hear more about this. I really like that person. Do you have somebody else that has that similar expertise? I need to see somebody in this industry. So this is an evolution here. We think we're going to deliver a lot of value to you guys immediately, and that's our goal, and we want you tuning in. But we also want to make it more and more tailored over time. So let us know what you want. Let us know what you're seeing. And if you know a great sales leader, send us a message. Say, hey, this person, really inspires me. I think they know their stuff. They're really getting it. We'll invite them on the show. We'll interview them. We'll do all the hard work, and then you can watch the interview and get more lessons from whoever you're looking up to.
It's so true. And there's so many great ones. There's so many great ones. There's so many people that are out there doing amazing work in sales. And because they're so focused on their customer, they might just be grinding away. So let us know who they are. There's no company too small, no industry too novel. We want to get this community together and say, how can we learn from each other? And, Shawn and I have read just about every book there is out there on sales, time management, productivity. We have really sat through a lot of the courses, and that's what's driven us and what we're doing with the sales teams that we're working with. And that is super helpful. But we know that you probably have things that you're doing that work, so let us know about that. We know that you've learned from people. You have that one mentor. If you close your eyes and think, who really helped me get into sales? That person, we want to talk to them too, because we will do so much more if we can move far together. And we'll tell you, when we're launching this, we really want to make sure that this is so value added, and that only comes with your feedback.
Exactly. So, folks, we want that feedback. We want that learning. We keep saying that because it's so important to us. And we know that there's great salespeople out there. And that's what we want to do, is just give you very, very compact lessons so you can keep up. And we'll be talking about change and innovation as some of the themes. We'll also be talking about trying and true things. What have you done? What's worked? What hasn't worked? What could be done better? What have people stumbled upon in their endeavors? There's so much learning that can be had. As we move through automation, and Shannon knows a lot about that because she works on the CRM system. She works on those processes. As we work into a world of automation, salespeople are still going to be relevant, but their role is going to change. And we want to work with you, work hand in hand with you to get through that change process and to bring you to the next level so that you can integrate, you know, the telephone systems that are going to be coming, the chat bots which are coming, you know, the CRM integrations are coming. A lot of salespeople, and you may raise your hand when you hear this, but a lot of salespeople only spend about 30% of their time selling. They spend about 70% of your time administrating. And I think that that's somewhere where, you know, we're going to learn some lessons. If we can lessen that administrative time, get you more time selling, that's going to help you compete better, make bigger commissions, and do better things in your career.
Agreed. So I'm super pumped to announce next week at about the same time, we have MJ Calloway, $1 Million MJ, who's going to be on the show with us. She's fantastic. So Shawn and I both do a lot of work with the National Speakers Association. We go to all of their meetings. We learn a lot from them. MJ is the president of the Pittsburgh chapter. MJ has done some phenomenal work in sales. She is recognized as a leader in her industry. She does a lot of training, and her presentation skills are just phenomenal. And so we're pretty pumped to have her on the show. Shawn and I can't wait until next week. We want you to join us. It is going to be next Friday. And like Shawn said, we're also going to have this transcribed. We're going to put in an audio podcast. I know I personally am in the podcast time of my life. I love when I'm in the car or traveling to listen to podcasts, to take little nuggets away. And so we are going to get that to you. Next Friday should be an absolute blast.
Yeah, so watch our social media for the details we posted. You can find us, the R Shawn, on LinkedIn, Shannon J. Gregg on LinkedIn. You also see us on Twitter. Get connected to one of our social media accounts because we'll be posting these. Now, here's what's interesting about these events. And even better, get on our mailing list. So if you go to salesleadershipdoneright.com, that will pop you over to our page, and then you can sign up for our email list. Get on our email list. And also follow our social media, because we'll be telling you in advance these events. These things, most of these will be taped live. You'll have the chance to participate, ask questions. So if there's somebody that you say, hey, this person is a great sales leader, maybe you have a question, we'll be monitoring the chat function during the recording, and we'll take questions from the audience. So it's a chance for you to interact. Also, what we're looking at format-wise here as this rolls out here late 2018 into 2019 and beyond is we'll probably be doing multiple tapings in a row with different guests coming on. So you'll have a chance to tune in, watch the show, just play it on the background while you're doing some other work, or, you know, just block out a little time in the morning, and you can watch the show live, see multiple guests come on there, ask questions of them. Going to be a great learning opportunity, and then you'll see the videos and other things posted, so you'll have a chance to rewatch segments that you missed. So it should be a fantastic opportunity.
I can't wait, Shawn. I'm super excited.
Okay, folks. You know, our goal is to get people thinking bigger about this and thinking about sales, and in connection with that, we really would appreciate if you spread the word, like, comment, share. Every time you do one of those activities, it spreads the word to more people, because the search engines will pick it up. They'll tell more people. Also, get your friends involved. The more quality salespeople we get coalesced around this, the better questions we're going to get, the more feedback we're going on the format, and of course, the better guests you guys are going to suggest. So we're building a community around this. And I remind you, we do read your comments. We're looking for what you're saying. We're adjusting based on that. And we're also going to pick some guests out of the comments. So if you have meaningful or insightful comments, we'll grab those comments, and if you have really great comments, we may invite you onto the show. So it's an opportunity to apply yourself. We also, you know, we're going to need help as we grow this show. So if you know somebody who wants to get deeper in the sales world, meet sales leaders, be part of something bigger, a growing show, and eventually the other things that will come with it, conferences, retreats, events, reach out to us. We've got some opportunities to work with us. So I think I mentioned it before, but you'll find us on LinkedIn, the R Shawn, Shannon J. Gregg. We each have fan pages on Facebook. You'll find the Great Sales Leaders YouTube. Go ahead and subscribe to that. That's where these videos are going to get posted. Turn on the little bell so you get the notices, so you can watch them as they come out every week. And this is all about your education. So we're not giving you specific investment or legal advice or any of that. It's all about your education. Things you can use to go back to your workplace and make things better. As always, I want to congratulate you guys on doing the hard work. Just the mere fact you're tuning in tells me that you've got the attitude to become a great sales leader or to continue your leadership in sales. And so I always want to take a minute to congratulate you and thank you on that. And make sure you bookmark the Sales Leadership Done Right. Bookmark that site because we'll be posting these videos and updates and upcoming guests. You'll be able to learn a lot of information there. So that's in evolution right now, but check back periodically and you'll learn a lot there. Shannon, it was a lot of fun.
So much fun. I can't wait. This is going to be amazing.
Yes, we're glad you guys are on board. We're looking forward to interacting with you more. We will be reading those comments. Make sure you connect with us, and we're looking forward to talking to you all again very soon. Thanks, Shannon.
See ya.